You having a giggle, mate? I am having a giggle, mate. What's up, everybody? Just want to discuss this quick topic. Watch recommendations for young lads. Now, watch collecting is a great passion of mine. It's a truly great hobby that I feel a lot of younger guys should get into, because if you buy a respectable watch, you're not going to lose money. You put in money, and if you ever need to sell it, if you're low on money, whatever, you could always resell it for around the same price. Sometimes you can make a little bit more. If you lose anything, it's going to be like $20 or $50, but you're going to get a lot of use out of that watch, okay? Now, I don't recommend luxury or vintage timepieces to most people in 14 to 18. You're in high school, right? Let me explain something. In today's society, I explained this in another video anyway, luxury timepieces, they don't hold any prestige, they don't hold any status. Most people don't even notice, most people don't even give a damn. Back when I was in high school, the popular trend, the popular craze were G-Shock watches. I had a friend that had like 10 G-Shock, same watch in like 10 different colors. Why did he have 10 different colors? He wore a blue shirt, he wore a blue G-Shock. He wore a white dress shirt with a black tie with a black sweater, he wore a black G-Shock. You see what I'm saying? It's a cheap and functional watch. It's waterproof. You don't have to worry about scratches. You don't have to worry about the crystals. You don't have to worry about the servicing or anything like that, okay? And back when I was in high school, girls actually liked G-Shocks more. They complimented you if you had a new G-Shock. I personally wore a Seiko throughout my entire high school time. A Seiko chronograph quartz. It served my purposes. It had a timer, it had various different other features. It was waterproof. It scratched to shit, but it had a sapphire crystal, so that's fine. It had a date feature. Basically everything I needed in high school. If you're in high school, you're going to do gymnastics, you might do swimming, you might do weightlifting, whatever. You don't really want a vintage piece. You don't want something that you're going to regret scratching or damaging, okay? And you might not have that much money. When you're in high school, you don't have that much money. So if you're really into watches at that age, automatic Seiko 5 or a Seiko SKX 007. Some of them have day-date features on the automatic Seikos. That's your best bet. Nice watch, respectable company. Servicing is super cheap if you ever need it, but you're not going to need it. Some Seiko watches run 5 to 10 years, even more automatic pieces without any servicing. So, G-Shock or a Seiko, okay? If you want to be really fancy, get a Hamilton. I'm going to get into that right now. If you're from the age of 18 to like mid-20s to like early 30s, I'd say go for a Hamilton, a Tissot, or a Zinn, or a Oris, okay? You want to know why? I have a vintage Rolex and a vintage Tudor, okay? And through the entire time that I wore my vintage Rolex, I haven't gotten a single compliment. Through the entire time that I wore my vintage Tudor, I gotten one compliment. And guess what? It has a plastic crystal. I'm afraid to take it into the shower. If I were to ever go swimming, you know, it's not going to happen. You know, it's not going to happen. Servicing costs are expensive. You know, the movement's old, so it might not run as good as the new watches, you know. I love my vintage Rolex and my vintage Tudor, but it's hard. There's a lot of cons. You know, I can't wear it in the winter so much, or when the weather's kind of screwed up. If it's a heavy snowstorm, if it's a heavy rainstorm, and I get caught in one, I'm afraid that it's going to get water damaged. I have been caught with my Rolex and my Tudor in crazy rainstorms, and nothing really happened to them, luckily. But if I were to take a shower or to go swimming with one, I can't trust it. Even if it has been recently serviced, I just can't trust it. Personally, I've been wearing this Hamilton Jazzmaster Day Date feature. I think I paid $600 for it. I think you could get it from $500 to $700 depending, and it's great. It has a day-date feature, has a Swiss movement, sapphire crystals, um, nice bracelet, waterproof. It's great. It serves all my purposes as a watch buff, and also as just somebody that needs an everyday watch. Because if you're not in like any super fancy business industry or anything, or even if you are, you just need an everyday watch that's reliable, that won't stop, that you're not afraid to damage, and that'll get the job done. So, Hamilton, Tissot, Oris, what else did I say? Whatever I said, you guys could see it in the video. I was thinking about a Squally, Steinhardt, Junkers, Aristo, all those brands, but luckily I kind of strayed away from that, and I actually personally ordered a brand new Tissot. There was a spring sale going on Joma Shop. Joma Shop has holiday sales, Christmas, New Year, Black Friday, any of that stuff. I personally bought a Tissot that's worth $700 or $750 for only $450, I think. Day-date feature, Swiss movement, 80-hour, power reserve, like 200 meters of water resistance, nice bracelet. You can't go wrong. Now, why not a Squally? Why not a Steinhardt? Why not all these other brands? Well, they're very hyped up on YouTube and some other communities, but if you know anything about watches, you're going to want to stray away from those brands. They seem too good to be true because they are too good to be true, okay? I'm not going to get into that in this video because I'm going to do an unboxing of my Tissot, and I'm going to explain my entire thought process that went into buying that watch, because I was struggling. Oh, should I get a Junkers? It's a German watch. Oh yeah, it's a German watch, but it has a cheap-ass Japanese Miyota movement that makes rattling noises every time you move your wrist, okay? And I was thinking about a Sinn. Sinn is a great brand, German brand, from beginning to end. Sometimes they have their own in-house movements, sometimes they have Swiss movements. They're great watches, but they range around from $1,000 to $3,000. So if you don't have that much of a budget, you want a nice watch, you like watches for what they are, and you don't give a damn about what other people think, and you just want a great watch that's going to serve you well, the brands that I mentioned are the best. Check me out in my next unboxing video. I'll tell you everything about Steinhardt and all these other brands that I was thinking of buying, but I'm lucky that I didn't buy it, okay? And I'll explain that in another video. So anyway, guys, peace out.